Hello students, welcome to Easy Alimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, I believe and trust that you are doing fine wherever you're watching from. And again, thank you for joining us today. So in this session, I'd like to take you through messages of condolences, or what we sometimes call condolence notes. So this is an area that is also tested, and it is one of the functional skills topics that we have in Form 3 work. Now, talking about condolence messages or condolence notes. So these are messages or notes that are written to condole with someone. So they help us condole with the friends, condole with the families, and so on. And the meaning of that is the meaning of the word to condole is simply to express sympathy with a person who is suffering either sorrow, a misfortune, or a grief. So writing a condolence note is not an easy thing to do. This is because we often do not know what to say. Because of this, we may even put the task off until the time to write has seemingly passed. In most cases, many people do not know what to write in condolences notes. Most of us do not know how to, express sympathy to those who are suffering, or to those who are having maybe misfortunes, or to some of us who are grief-stricken. So in a condolence note, dear students, when writing a condolence note, we reflect our genuine thoughts and feelings. It is all about the genuine thoughts and the genuine feelings that a person uh, has. So when writing these messages, one is required to say something in praise of the deceased. That is, if at all you knew them, or mention a funny memory. You can as well mention a funny memory of the deceased if you interacted with them when they were still alive. And another thing that is important to know is that these notes, that is condolences notes or messages, are supposed to be short yet thoughtful. So here are some steps that we can, use to guide us write a good condolence note. So when writing a condolence note, remember it is a note and not a letter. So when writing a condolence note, it is important to start with the salutation. That is, you have to, indicate the name of the person you are condoling with. So after the salutation, it is important to always introduce. Now, under the introduction of your note, it is important to introduce the note. That is, for example, by using words that show concern. Sorry. For instance, I was deeply saddened when I learned about Joan's passing. Or you can say, I was deeply saddened by the news of Joan's passing. Or you can as well say that we are very saddened, sorry, to hear your recent loss of Joanne. So as you introduce, remember to express your regrets before you proceed to the intended message that you want to leave. So another thing, apart from using some of those words and expressions to introduce your note, also express your condolences by referring to the person's death as a loss. So for example, you can say, please accept my heartfelt sympathies for your loss. My thoughts are with you and your family during this difficult time. So that is how you express your condolence by referring to the person's death or demise as a loss. So another important thing to also take note of is to share a short story or memory you have about the deceased. So this will allow the bereaved know how much their loved ones meant to you. Probably it will give them a reason to at least smile, if not laugh. And if possible, tell them that the deceased will be missed. For example, Joan was a source of inspiration to me. I will never forget her. Or you can say, Joan spent her time serving others. I am grateful to have known her. Uh, or if you don't know the person who has passed away, you may say, I will always remember your stories about blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, I will always remember how much you loved blah, blah, blah. That is to those who do not know the person who has passed passed or died. So another step that is also important to or another thing that is also important to include is to acknowledge the cause of death, especially if it comes after a long period of suffering or illness. For example, you may say that, I know Joanne experienced a great deal of suffering since she was diagnosed with cancer. I pray that you will find comfort in knowing that she is no longer in pain. So that is one of the clever ways that you can use to acknowledge the cause of death, especially if it comes after a very long period of illness. Then also offer some assistance. Offer some assistance by giving specific ways in which you would like to help. For example, you can write in the note that in this stressful moment, please let me know whether I can help you in any way. I would like to. Then lastly, sum up your note using an appropriate phrase. So some of the phrases that you can use to sum up your note are, that is the first one, you are in my thoughts with the deepest sympathy. The second one. Third, you can say with heartfelt condolences. Number 4, you can say thinking of you, blah, 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 or my sincere sympathy. And lastly, I am praying for you. So dear students, that brings us to the end of this session, and thank you for watching till the end. Remember to always keep it easy, Alimo. Until next time, bye.